Is there any form of art other than the murals, which you've kind of touched on? Is there any form of art that's really underrepresented that you think, you have a personal passion to bring to the forefront?
Well, all art is very underrepresented to me in Madison. I have been kind of sitting for years thinking, we don't have anything. And actually, I was inspired by going out to Vail, Colorado last year. Went out there. They have murals everywhere,
Really?
public sculptures everywhere, art galleries. And I thought, in the center of their downtown, it's just gorgeous. And I thought, Madison is an absolutely wonderful place to live. We are all blessed to live here. We've got great schools. It's safe. It's, it's clean. We've got great shopping. We've got all these things, but what we don't have is any culture, any arts, and we've got plenty of sports. There's plenty of things for kids to do that involve sports. But there are so many kids out there just like me who would love to go to a painting class. And our schools do a great job, with the arts programs in the schools, but those teachers need a break.
Yeah.
So summer theater camps are important. Summer art camps are important. And not every kid is going to be baseball, softball, football, volleyball. There are plenty of kids, just like with Chess League. There are plenty of kids out there who feel underrepresented. And I could agree with that. We want all kids to be involved and to find their own friends, if it's through band or if it is through baseball or, I don't know, tennis, whatever the kid's interest is.
Yeah.
But I was kind of forced into sports, it was the 90s and I just,
What, like soccer and stuff? Gymnastics?
T-ball. My
T-ball?
dad put me in T-ball when I was 4, but I did meet my best friend there. So we're still best friends. And so that, I was like, okay, I'll let it go, But I was put into sports and I just really am not a sports person.
Yeah.
I would have been better off, in an art camp, some type of visual arts. So.
Yeah. Well, and, I, as an adult now, I've really got into cooking, and I don't know what it was. It kind of started with like the, I guess it's stereotypical, like guys like do more backyard cooking, but now, and it kind of started with that, but now I'm really like, I'm like all in on creating sauces or I used to have this, I guess, fear. I'd look at a recipe and be like, oh, I can't do this. And I wouldn't even bother to try. Now it's like, I love it. I love finding all the ingredients, and then I'm even getting to the point where I learn about, like, I can substitute for this or substitute for that, or I can just do without that. But I really love cooking. I think, doing this thing, it just has touched on a little, creativity. And you find that even when you're marketing, right? When you're on the business side of just the creative element, the art influence that comes out of your brain on how do you market a property.
Right.
To whomever.
Right.
And, so it's such a huge part of our lives.
It is. And everyone, you say, oh, I'm an artist. And they say, oh, I could never. And it's like, gardening is art.
Yeah.
Cooking is art. Renovating a vehicle.
True.
It's all art. It's all creation. It's all, being creative. It's like, it's not just drawing and painting and, music, theater. It's so much more than that. There are just a lot of practices of art.
Yeah.
That we can look at.